Hey everybody. Hey everybody, I'm SpectralStar, and wow, today we've got a new death battle. It's Sun Wukong versus Hercules, or Heracles if you want to say it correctly. But you know, we gotta French it up a bit in this world, and it's okay. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Anyways, we've got super strength versus super pretty much everything as far as I can tell. I mean, you guys have seen the gameplay of Sun Wukong or whatever they're calling it, the new game that's coming out that they recently just placed or developed, promoted up into Unreal Engine 5, which looks absolutely jaw-droppingly insane. And we got that versus Kevin Sorbo, The Rock, Hercules. We've got Dwayne Johnson. Okay, that's the same as The Rock, but nonetheless, anyways, let's just go ahead and get into the fight. They're both legends. They're both myths in Greek and Chinese mythologies. They're very cool characters, and I would say that Sun Wukong's got this. But I am not 100% sure on that. That could be. It could be a toss-up. Who knows? I would like to think that I know a lot more about Greek mythology than I do Chinese mythology. But, and I do, that's a total given, because, you know, I grew up with Hercules and stuff like that, or Heracles, whatever. I'm just going to say Hercules, just, you know, keep on point with video. But, I don't know. If you read Journey to the West, it seems like lots of crazy stuff goes on with Sun Wukong. Really out of this world stuff, but there's also out of this world stuff with Hercules, but I don't think there's as much. So I'm guessing Sun Wukong's probably going to win this one. All right, let's go ahead, put the headphones on, shut the heck up, and watch the video.
Hercules, the god of strength.
Sun Wukong, the Monkey King.
Myth has many heroes, but few overcome their past to become legendary.
And maybe inspire some comics and anime to boot. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
He's the man, the myth, the legend. He's Hercules.
Stories of Hercules exist in many iterations, but we'll examine the earliest known accounts, the
I love
legend
Arnold.
of Heracles.
No Disney zero to hero, just the classic Greek myth. And like most ancient Greek stories, it began with Zeus being a total creep.
The god of
Zeus's
thunder
hairstyle
did
is
his
on
thing with a
point right
princess
there.
by disguising himself
Bazooms! Good
Yo,
God, those
what the
bazooms
hell,
are
man?
weird
and thus
looking.
a demigod was born.
What
who
the
was
heck?
named
No offense, people with
Alcaeus.
bazooms
But
like that.
Hera was pretty
They're
pissed
beautiful.
Zeus had cheated on her yet again, so Alcaeus' human parents renamed him in her honor. Yep, Heracles means glory to Hera. Too bad she had already made up her mind though, and that kid was gonna pay.
The child would need some way to survive Hera's
Yeah.
wrath, so the goddess of heroes carried out a plan that was, frankly, insane. Athena tricked Hera into nursing the baby Heracles, and her milk gave him supernatural strength unbound, even beyond many of the gods themselves.
So strong
Tricked.
that he hurt her and caused her to spray milk all over the place like a boob sprinkler, which in turn created the galaxy. Yep, that's why we call it the Milky Way. Oh god, I'm never eating one of those candy bars again.
With his godlike power,
Come on, don't
Heracles
hate on
became a
Milky Way, they're
fierce
delicious.
warrior trained by the finest instructors in all of Greece. Unfortunately, he wasn't without problems. While he was a natural at boxing, wrestling, fencing,
Good
and
old
so much
Sam
more,
Raimi,
he struggled
Hercules.
in the arts.
He even had a fit and accidentally killed his music teacher.
Little did Heracles know this was a sign of the tragedy to come. Many years later, as his name began to be synonymous with the term hero, he murdered his wife, Princess Megara, and their sons.
Yeah, Hera had magically driven him into a kill frenzy rage, but that didn't excuse it for Herc. His guilt was there.
Desperate to atone, he sought guidance from the Oracle of Delphi and learned his path to redemption. He would submit himself to King Eurystheus and perform for him 10 grueling labors.
The guy was a D-bag, but Herc did what he had to, and through his struggles, built a killer arsenal.
For his first labor, he was tasked with slaying a lion whose hide could not be pierced by any blade.
So Herc just beat the lion to death with his bare hands, and took the pelt as armor for himself.
He defeated a flock of metal, man-eating birds with cortalas so loud no living thing could bear the noise. He battled a multi-headed hydra, cauterizing its necks after each decapitation so the heads would not grow back.
A lot of sliced off heads.
How do you do that
spilled,
with just a
and
sword?
Hydra blood is extra poisonous. Even gods fear it. So Herc dipped his arrows in the stuff for later use, like when he used them to take out centaurs, titans.
Basically,
and even the
every
sun.
labor
Sort of.
made him
The details of
stronger.
this myth differ, but in some versions, Heracles was so fed up with the desert heat, he fired an arrow at the sun, the physical embodiment of the god Helios.
I guess that's one way to cool off. Take that, global warming!
To reach the sun, his arrow would have to fly 90 times faster than light. The maximum draw weight of a typical recurve bow is about 40 pounds, shooting an arrow 300 feet per second. Shooting one faster than light would require strength incomprehensible to mortals
God.
such as us.
Anyway, Herc completed
So
his
Hercules
labor,
is-
but the
can
king
shoot
was
an
a
arrow
sore
at the speed of
loser,
light.
and 2 of them for cheating, because Herc
Is
was
that
a
just
lot more clever than he expected.
Heracles received 2 more
priority
tasks, one
to
of which required
shooting
him to
arrows
shoot
or
the
what?
Golden apples of Hesperides, which ironically originally belonged to Hera. As part of his plan, Heracles would temporarily take on the role of the Titan Atlas as bearer of the heavens.
That sounds exhausting.
More
Yeah.
than you think, dummy. While modern art often portrays Atlas carrying a globe, the Greeks perceived his burden as a celestial sphere. This would mean Heracles supported the weight of not just the Earth, but the whole universe.
Like, I'm holding up this entire show.
The common view of the time was that the universe
Good
was
one.
endless. Even
I agree with
chaos,
Robot.
the primordial origin of everything, was boundless. Meaning, Heracles held up the weight of conceptual infinity.
Luckily, Herc's got one hell of a drive to persevere and to make amends. Like
God, this-
when he met King
this fight's
Adidas,
gonna be
he got
ridiculous,
to
isn't it?
party it up and was too drunk to realize the king was in a really bad state because his wife had just died.
Reminds me of someone.
Can't imagine who. Well, Herc felt bad, so he decided to make it up to his bro by literally beating up the god of death until he returned Admetus' wife. And that's true best friend material. Whiz.
Heracles frequently
Jeez.
surprised others with his wit, particularly with finding solutions hidden in plain sight. For example, when he wrestled Antaeus, a giant who was invincible so long as his feet were on the ground, Heracles simply picked him up and strangled him in the air.
Even giants and the god of death couldn't end his story. Instead, he was tricked into putting on a shirt covered in that Hydra blood, and it totally screwed him up. What a BS way to go.
Yet also a testament to how a contest of power could not defeat him. Racked with unbearable pain and burning at a pyre, Heracles called to the deities who had watched his story unfold. And so, as his mortal form returned to ash, Heracles ascended to Mount Olympus.
Where he was welcomed as the god of strength. Even Hera lightened up.
His life may have been one of strife and struggle, but on that day, all the world was left in awe of the legend of Heracles.
Pretty cool character.
There once was a mighty monkey warrior, born of a mystic stone
Mighty
from
monkey.
the energy of the sun and moon. Upon birth, he graciously bowed to the cardinal directions and
Shot lasers from his eyes. Strap in, folks. This one's a doozy.
this monkey soon befriended a band of other primates and rather narcissistically named himself their handsome monkey king.
But after a few centuries of monkeying about, he got a taste of the dreaded midlife crisis.
You see, the Monkey King
Oh,
was fierce
no.
and brave, yet he feared death. So he ventured to new lands in search of immortality.
Turns out he'd find a lot of it.
Training under the Taoist master Puti, he earned his first method of immortality and a new name. He would
That's
be
the game
monkey
right there.
awakened to the void, spoken as Sun Wukong.
He also learned a bunch of magic. He can ride clouds, make thousands of clones, heal from fatal wounds like decapitation, and transform
What
into
the
basically
shit
anything.
was
A bird,
that?
Some vapor, a pitchfork, even an incredible fighting temple.
With his famous cloud
Holy
somersault,
crap.
he could traverse the world.
Temple
at
had him on the
incredibly high
ropes
speed.
there.
At first, a single somersault could carry him 108,000 li. Li being a traditional Chinese unit equal to about 500 meters, making one somersault move 54,000 kilometers per second. Fast enough to circle the entire Earth in one leap.
And he only gets
Jeez.
faster from there. Monkey would do whatever it took to prove he was
Monkey
the
would
best
do.
of the best.
When fighting the mighty deity Prince Nocha, his foe transformed into a more powerful visage with 3 heads and 6 arms.
But Sun was like, hey, I can do that too, and then did just that.
Sun Wukong eventually returned to his simian subjects, and with his newfound power, amassed a veritable army. However, he felt no weapon in their arsenal suited him.
So he barged into the Dragon King's palace and demanded he hand over a weapon worthy of a king who could match the power of heaven. Yeah, Sun was pretty full of himself.
How much you want to bet that they're going to use
originally designed to measure the depths
the
of
mountain
ocean.
being on
What
top of
seemed
Sun
like a worthless
Wukong
rod to the
as
Dragon
just a
King was
mountain
actually
compared to the
perfect
heavens
weapon for
Hercules
Wukong. Weighing
lifted.
nearly 8 tons, the Rui Jingu Bang can change size at his whim. It can shrink to the size of a needle or grow long enough to pierce the heavens.
Talking about the power
same
pole,
heavens
everybody,
that got
just in case
pretty
you're
mad with
wondering.
Sun after he crossed his name out of the ledger of death, making himself double immortal. Wait, how does that work?
And even more mad when he demanded to be formally acknowledged as the great sage equal to heaven.
Okay, we've got a headstrong goofball who quickly masters new powers and wants a fancy title. This is just shown in anime.
Now,
Yep.
the Monkey King may have lashed out, but it was because when he requested a place in heaven, a place he truly believed he deserved, the Jade Emperor's court reduced him to a stable boy.
Beneath all his antics, what Sun wanted most was to prove himself.
Even with all the shenanigans, the Jade Emperor remained cautious and willing to placate Wukong.
By making him the watchdog of the Garden of Immortal Peaches.
Oh,
He
what a
totally
dumb
ate that
idea.
shit, didn't he, Wiz?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Wukong got hammered, ate most of the peaches, ran around the Jade Palace in a fit, and found 5 gourds of immortality pills, which he promptly swallowed. All of them.
Okay, so that makes how many layers of immortality now?
I'd say a few 100,000 if you count each individual peach and pill. When he
Are they
sobered
getting this-
up, he knew he was in serious trouble.
This- This
Naturally,
is amazing how much
prepare
they
for war.
Wow,
much
that
footage they've
escalated
drawn on.
quickly. What are they gonna do? Kill him?
put into
so
this.
The Monkey King proved too strong for heaven.
Like, where'd they
He
get it
battled
all?
All their best fighters, and even matched Erlong Shen blow for blow in an epic battle of transformations. He's that guy with the third eye.
And heaven's greatest holy warrior. Yet no matter Erlong's form, Wukong always had a counter. Until Lao Zi threw in a convenient plot MacGuffin that captured the monkey. But
Yeah.
even with Wukong in chains, heaven had a problem.
He just wouldn't die. Lightning, fire, even Lao Zi's de-immortalizing furnace just made the monkey stronger.
Now, Wukong is not invincible. He has been hurt by the scorpion demoness's poison, which could even harm the Buddha, an awakened divine being liberated from the cycle of life and death entirely.
That is
Now tell me,
nuts.
how painful is that?
Pain is all in the mind, and I am absent of mind. Oh, God. Oh, no, I was wrong. It's bad. It's really, really, really bad. Oh, God, make it stop. But even after all that, Sun had one more challenger to contend with. The Buddha himself.
Buddha
Jeez,
approached
yeah.
Wukong with a contest. Leap out of his hand, and he could have the Jade Emperor's throne for himself.
Having no impulse control, the monkey agreed, and in an instant somersaulted to the very edge of heaven.
But he had already lost.
Yeah.
Because Buddha achieved nirvana, he transcended the world, literally holding all of existence. So even at the edge of the universe, Wukong technically never left his hand.
For his
Yeah,
rebellion,
it's crazy.
Sun was put in timeout, sealed under a mountain for 500 years.
But even Sun Wukong would find a chance at redemption.
Maybe they'll
In
call
his
it a
case, he
magic
was tasked
Buddha
with
mountain or
escorting and
something.
protecting a monk, Tansong Zong, or
Yeah.
Tripitaka, on a journey to the west.
With additional companions, Pigsy and Sandy, the trip was a tough one, and Monkey abandoned
Oolong.
it more than once. But through it all, he always returned to shine as the group's powerhouse, saving Tripitaka's life many, many times. Seriously, this guy could not stay out of trouble. It's like Wiz at a blind date.
Wukong has cracked apart mountains, slayed hundreds of monsters, and survived the yellow wind demon storm that could destroy the universe.
Okay,
As in
that's pretty
heaven,
durable.
Earth, the 18 layers of hell, and more.
That's cool and all, Wiz, but let's answer the real question. Can he beat Goku?
Maybe. During his journey, Wukong
Maybe.
performed possibly his most legendary feat.
I mean, he's based
holding
on
up
him.
Mount Sumeru,
Goku's based on this
which,
character.
In traditional Mahayana Buddhism, is a mountain supporting the infinite cosmic sky.
And Sun just hauled it around on one shoulder. Just one. Because on his other shoulder was a whole other mountain.
After 14 years of travel, the journey was complete, and Wukong had finally accomplished a truly great deed. For this, he was given his long-awaited place among the heavens.
As the victorious fighting Buddha. Now that's gotta be an anime.
After so much time as a rebel, an outcast, and a truly unstoppable warrior, Sun Wukong had, at last, found his home.
Very interesting.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data.
I would
for
say
all
Sun
possibilities.
Wukong has a much more interesting story than Hercules. That's just my personal taste, though, in my opinion. So, don't lose your shit or nothing.
Our tale begins atop a great mountain where the mighty Hercules sought a gift from the gods.
Oh there! Huh? I'm in need of that apple. Relinquish it.
Sorry, I'm supposed to find my master some vegetarian food.
You'll find it elsewhere.
He's hurt. Surely you can find more food.
Hercules was not so easily fooled.
Here we go.
Strike rang true.
Here we go.
So easily overwhelmed the god of strength.
I love how goofy Sun Wukong is.
I am Hercules!
At the top of the scroll. That's great. Oh, watch out for those arrows. All right, Naruto. Yes, shape-shifting.
Die, demon!
Agony! Agony!
The Monkey King fell into a strange forest.
I love this death
in
battle.
awe at such a wondrous fight. But should he mistake his fear, he might lose his head.
Woo! I haven't had such fun since I fought all of heaven. Change!
Holy shit.
The immortal Monkey King!
Multiple heads. Of course.
Bang! Zoom! Watch this!
You got a lot bigger, too. Oof. Jesus. There's a big stick.
You've had your fun, beast, but I've had enough!
In heavens above, the gods witnessed their earthbound selves, and so joined in battle. The god of strength mustered the heart of Olympus, while the great sage harnessed power equal to heaven. Thus,
Boy.
the Monkey King emerged victorious!
Oh, damn.
Wow, would you look at that? I struck him so hard he was reduced to nothingness.
With a formidable foe slain, stricken against the mountain's breast, so ends our great tale of East and West.
I knew it, man.
KO! Talk about a Herculean matchup!
Heracles was among the greatest heroes in myth, but the great sage equal to heaven held many more advantages.
You'd think Sun might not measure up to the god of strength, strength, but he totally could. Remember, he carried Sumeru on his back, the mountain holding up the infinite celestial sky, like how Heracles held up the infinite celestial sphere.
As befitting heroes of myth, they were on par in that they were both incomprehensibly strong. However, Wukong's healing abilities meant he could bounce back from Heracles' deadliest blow, whereas Heracles did not have a
When he looks
similar
up before the head
But
reattaches.
Heracles did have one way of putting the Monkey King
Cracks me
down.
up.
His arrows dipped in Hydra poison.
The Hydra poison threatened even the gods of Olympus, similar to the scorpion sting. Whether or not it would be fatal is questionable, but it could have incapacitated Wukong similar to how it affected Hercules himself.
But that is one very specific win condition, and we're looking at this with every possible option in mind.
With his variety of clones, transformations, and numerous other spells, Wukong's arsenal was far more versatile.
Like, there was nothing stopping him from making thousands of clones of himself and just sitting back while they beat up Herc for him. Unsportsmanlike? Sure. In character? Absolutely.
Even then, those arrows would have to actually strike Wukong, which would be extremely difficult. Yes, in some depictions, Heracles could potentially shoot the son of Helios, his arrows flying 90 times the speed of light. However, in his contest with the Buddha, Wukong leapt to the edge of the universe in a single second. To do so, he had to be moving over 1.4 quintillion times faster than light,
making him way faster than Herc could ever hope to be.
There's some
Heracles
creepy fingers.
held might of mythic
Reminds me of the
forces,
God
but
Hand.
Barring a lucky shot, Sun Wukong's versatile magic, similar strength, and absolutely absurd speed overcame this foe. Fitting for heaven's equal.
When fighting Sun Wukong, Heracles missed his chance.
The winner is the Monkey King, Sun Wukong.
Good stuff.
Thanks for watching.
Loved
Stay
it.
tuned to see who comes next. And if you can't wait, consider clicking that join button below to become a Death Battle member. You'll get exclusive badges, emotes, live chats, live streams, and way more.
I love being a Death Battle champion member. Uh-oh. Boba Fett versus the Predator. Ah! Ah! Oh, man. That's going to be awesome. Oh, my God. I'm ready for that. Super dope fight coming up, y'all. I mean, this fight was super dope, too. But oh, man. It doesn't get more classic than, like, Sun Wukong and Hercules, characters like that. I love past fictional characters. I just, you know, they really, if you didn't have them, nothing would exist. The same stuff wouldn't exist. Goku, Luffy, Naruto would not exist. Arnold Schwarzenegger might not exist if it wasn't for the legend of Hercules. Who knows? Now, he would probably still exist. He just wouldn't be as buff. Anyways, I really love this. I hope you guys come back and watch me react to Boba Fett versus the Predator. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Woo! I haven't had such fun since I fought all of heaven. Change! Hold me!